Hey guys, Parfax here, and today we're going to be bringing you a pretty crazy video about the new Heartgem runes. All right, let's get started. All right, today I'm going to be bringing you a video about the new Heartgem runes. Now, before we start, make sure you know that we are on the PTR. So, everything is subject to change. There's been a lot of things. I will actually bring out another video more about the Heartrune gems and some of the changes they've already made on the PTR. But these are essentially, they don't want to call them ultimate abilities, but the community is basically calling them ultimate abilities. So they are pretty cool. They have a bunch of different ones, but today we're going to be talking about how they scale. The detonate one, which I have right here, is the one that does the most damage. If you want to look at the stat sheet here, you can see that it says it does 3,619 damage. This is at gear score 500. Has 10% critical hit chance, 1.3 a critical damage multiplier, and does 70 block stamina reduction. You can see here, this one does a little bit less damage, has the same crit chance and crit multiplier, but has more block damage. We have Vines, which is basically our lowest tier damage, and it is 1508, or actually second lowest tier. And then we have the same crit chance, crit damage, and the block damage is a little bit less. Then we have our Ascent and lower damage. And then we have our basically our really defensive ability in Stone Form with almost no damage and the same critical hit chance and critical damage multiplier. Now these are blue. They can get all the way up to legendary, and these are pretty sick. Now I originally was a little bit underwhelmed with them, I'm not gonna lie, but once I realized how they scale and stuff like that, you can really see these are going to be powerful. Now first off, you're going to find out that these are actually affected by your equip load. So we're going to go ahead and blow one up in light. We're going to switch over to heavy. And actually, we'll do heavy first, and then we'll switch over to light so I don't have to swap back. But then you're going to see exactly, you can see that they do more damage in light. So let's go ahead and blow it up. 4,343. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get this back up, and I'll see you back in a second. All right, so we've swapped back into light. We're going to blow it up again so you can just see the damage as well. Boom. That was almost 1,000 extra damage. It was about 800, 900 extra damage. We're going from heavy to light. So you can see here we are in light. Now, we're going to charge this up while I talk a little bit about the scaling of these. So there's actually a couple different ways you can scale them. First off, this is an elemental gem. So if you have the attribute here, like the elemental damage here, this increases it. It does get increased by critical damage. You saw it had a critical damage modifier. So stuff like this will allow you to get more damage out of it if it crits. We also have like bonus to backstab and headshot damage. This increases it. But the one thing that really it doesn't get the automatic crit from the dodge passive in the dexterity tree. But also stuff like 10% damage to stunned, slowed, or rooted enemies will get them as well. Now, if you see here, I am on the greatsword, and if we hit like our onslaught, this will increase the damage as well. So we're gonna get it charged up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and proc a couple pieces of Empower, and I will let you see the damage it does. I'll be right back. All right, so before we go ahead and blow this bad boy up, I did want to say that I did try out stuff like the Pristine Diamond, and it does not seem to increase the damage, but basically any form of empowerment does. What this means is if you're running a bow and you have Mortal Empowerment, and you get all those stacks or musket, this is going to hit ultra hard. Now, you're probably not going to run Detonate. You'd probably run something like the Cannon or Stone Form. It's probably going to be one of your best bets, but let me show you exactly how much damage we can do. Now, I've hit upwards of 9,000 with this, but it was really just trying to see how much damage I can get out of it. It's not going to be very practical at all, but let's just see a little bit how much I can hit it for. Now, remember, these are test dummies, so you're going to hit players for less than this, but this is also a blue rune. So let's go ahead and pump up a little bit of damage, and let's try it out. So we're going to get a couple pieces of empowerment. We're going to get into onslaught mode. We're going to run behind the target, and we should hit probably 7,000 to 8,000. All right, let's go ahead. $7,700. Now, like I said, I've got it upwards of 9,000, but yeah, it hits pretty hard. Like I said, this is just a blue one. For instance, it's hard to tell, but the damage has 369. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to bring up a New World database so you can kind of see this rune. Let's see. Let's bring it over here. And if we go detonate, you can see. Let's go ahead and click on the big one here. This is going to be the one that people are going to try to use and probably die. It has a base damage of 600. So let's go ahead and look at the blue one so we can just see how much of a damage increase this is. And this is at 625. It does look like we're going to be able to put our Umbral shards into it. Either that or when we craft it, it will craft at 625. So let's go ahead and go this. So this has 600. Let's see if the blue one has any different. So the blue one is, again, a base damage of 600. And let's see if it's crit. It gets any better. So we have the, where's that here? Crit multiplier 1.3. So it looks like everything is exactly the same damage-wise. We're just going to get a couple extra perks. Having said that, I think that's possibly a good thing because these things are going to do a lot of damage. So remember that when you're trying to scale these runes, you want to scale them off of empowerment. You don't want to build your build around it because you're not going to have these up all the time. I will have a video testing, out what is the best way to charge these. Abilities do charge them. Basic attacks charge them. AoEs charge them. Now, before you're like, oh my God, AoEs. But AoEs charge them slower than probably everything else, which is a good thing. So we will go ahead and we'll have videos testing them out, but I just wanted to show you guys that these are pretty crazy. We're going to be able to start pumping out some serious damage, but don't worry, there are some tanky ones on there as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, like always. I hope your Saturday is going awesome. Mine is, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.